Welcome back. Haiti is in desperate need of aid. This as the death toll continues to rise after an earthquake hit the capital. Rescue operations have so far unearthed over 1,400 bodies. About 6,000 people were injured. But fears are now also turning to tropical depression Grace, which is expected to pass over the hardest hit areas. Let's bring in Haiti's ambassador to South Africa, Jacques Baril. Ambassador, thank you so much for making time. What's the situation on the ground now in Haiti, the death toll, the injuries and the humanitarian crisis?
Well, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to let our South African brothers and sisters know what's happening in Haiti right now. As you said it, right now, the numbers are between 1,400 to 2,000 people who actually lost their life. There's about 7,000 wounded, and the numbers are actually growing. The situation is quite difficult, less chaotic than a lot of people are saying that it is, because there is certain response that are quite quick compared to 2010. However, the situation, as you can see it in the images, are actually terrible, like any other, anytime an earthquake hit. So we actually, as you know, we've been having a lot of problems already, and having the earthquake to hit so quick, and now we also have a tropical storm coming. And last night in the south side, there was some heavy rain, and people who were under the tents were actually literally wet the whole night. So it's a very sad situation for our people right now.
The Prime Minister has requested the support of all government officials and the mobilization of resources. What resources are needed now? What's the greater urgency?
In this particular moment, we are looking for anything that have to do with health, and we're trying to, as much as possible, airlift people from the south to bring them to Port-au-Prince, to the capital, where there's more hospital. So anything that can help when it comes to the well-being of the people that are there. We're trying to build as many tents as possible so we can create a place where people can actually move to until until the situation is being controlled. So we are in need of everything: food, health, healthcare professional, healthcare system. So we're in need for everything. So we do acknowledge that a lot of our neighboring country are actually gearing up. Some of them are already in Haiti, in the south. Some of them are actually leaving today, tomorrow. So we are working, tirelessly to make sure that we can bring comfort to those people.
Yeah, and this is happening 11 months after the devastating 2010 earthquake, a month after the assassination of the president. This tragedy couldn't have happened at a worse time.
I will have to agree with you, as we are still mourning the passing of our president, and the situation, the security situation in Haiti right now is also not at the best, as we are trying to do everything that we can to bring stability to the country. This situation is only making things harder for us to deal with. But as everybody know, I think the world by now know that the Haitian people are very resilient people. So we're gonna do our best, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna get up and rebuild.
Yeah. What impact is this having on the food insecurity situation in the country? Is it worsening it, especially in areas of the south? There are pictures of many roads and bridges that have been destroyed, and I imagine this is going to disrupt the flow of food.
Absolutely. Not only the road, a lot of the roads are being blocked, but I also want to mention that and give credit to the Haitian authorities, who actually by now have worked very hard to unblock many roads that were actually damages. So we have two important roads to the south that were vital in order for the food to come in or any type of assistance. Those roads have been cleared up by the Haitian authorities. But that being said, the south is very important for food security, as a lot of farms that, that produce vegetable and fruits are actually in the South. A lot of the fish that we eat in Haiti, which we eat a lot of fish, is from the South. So we don't have the numbers and the stats now on how much it will impact the food security, but there's no doubt about it that it will impact the food security, and not only the food security, but also the South is a place where a lot of people go for tourism, local tourism in Haiti. So there's a lot that will be impacted by it.
Yeah. How stable are things now politically? There's an interim government in charge of the country. There are challenges of gang violence. There have been concerns of the collapsing rule of law that observers have even dubbed it the Somalia of the Caribbean. How are things now?
I mean, we are definitely experiencing a lot of challenges. I don't think we're at the level of saying that, it's completely chaotic, because what the gang violence that's happening in Haiti right now, it's literally happening in one spot in Haiti that's quite hot. And lately we see that the authorities have done significant progress to actually reduce the gang violence, not to say that it's still not happening. So there's a lot of work to be done. How stable it is, I can tell you, in full confidence that we are absolutely stable, but a lot of work is being done, and we do have a lot of inquiry to get help from our partners to come in, give us assistance so that we can actually bring full security to the country, so people can actually go and feel secure to actually go and do their work every day. So stability is an issue, but we are working toward that, as we have a new government. We have a new prime minister after the assassination of the president, who actually created his cabinet. And then, unfortunately, this now is hitting us, where we were actually finding our ways and means with the new cabinet to get things on the right track.
Yeah, and with the foreign governments, as we wrap up, the foreign governments are beginning to respond to the crisis. Is it happening fast enough? I know the White House said President Joe Biden authorized an immediate response. Are you getting similar urgent reaction from other countries?
So far, we have a couple of, like I said, the neighboring countries who have, answered to the call. Not enough, because the situation is quite difficult. However, we do see mobilization from countries in South America. We know a lot of them are actually making their way to Haiti today and the days to come. But I will also suggest that our African brothers and sisters, the African Union, at some point they need to also look how Africa can actually be, a supportive help for their diaspora in Haiti. I think it's very important. It's not necessarily only material, which we actually do need, but moral support from our brothers would actually be appreciated.
All right. Haiti's ambassador to South Africa, Jacques Baril, thank you so much for making time, and we're really wishing the people of Haiti good luck with those challenges.